on paper, this was a fantastically interesting matchup. Pat Sabatini, though, he said it. He said, "Hey, you're a black belt. I'm a black belt, but there's levels to this, and I'm going to show you the levels." He absolutely did. Did not waste any time. He used some strikes to set up double unders, and from there, it was just takedown city. It was a fantastic, I would say, display of just like top control jiu-jitsu. And then finally, once the ground and pound didn't work any longer and your opponent is demoralized, they offer their neck. So you take it. Arm triangle, get him out of there. What did you think about the fight, man? Pat Sabatini, I think he really fought with conviction, like he had something to prove, and he wanted to show that, yeah, this guy's a scary finisher, but if I put him on his back, there's nothing he can do. What do you think?
But this is the fight, Derek, where I wasn't mad that Almeida lost. Yeah, I picked for him. This was a good fight. Like I said, I still would have chose Almeida because things were close in there. Pat Sabatini is the definition of what this fight card was for me. You show up, not too many people really backing you. Kind of haven't had the best of performances in your past, but you come show up looking like a Pat Sabatini of old on a mission. Like you said, Derek, dude had conviction in there. He needed this win, needed the finish bad. Sure enough, worked hella hard to get it. Bloodied up too, doesn't matter. This guy really came in and put on a classic Pat Sabatini show. And you were saying it from before, Derek. The boys from Philly, they really go after it. And Pat Sabatini proved that. This dude's a dog in there. Great fight, a lot of fun, very fun to watch, and short too. I mean, what else can you want, folks? This dude put it to work, got the most money for his miles, if you will, and it was a fun fight. How'd you like it, Derek?
Well, I'm going to push back a little bit on what you're saying, because what you're saying is correct, right? Everything about Pat Sabatini, aside from, I think that the only people who lost faith in Pat Sabatini are the people who aren't familiar with his career. This dude was on a rampage, bro. He is 18-4. It's not like, oh, I'm dropping a couple, I'm inconsistent. He was on like a 6-fight win streak or something crazy like that, smashing everybody. And then you run into Damon Jackson, you just get caught. So what do? You come back, and then like, the thing about the fight is that it was not particularly close ever, right? I don't think so. I can't say that because Lucas Almeida landed a total of 3 strikes in the fight. Pat Sabatini put a wet blanket on him and beat that ass. Like, there's no other way you can put it. It was a dominant performance. It was a excellent display of top control jiu-jitsu and wrestling, as I had mentioned before. And I thought this was a statement fight. You took the guy who finishes everybody and you remind them, I will still finish them. I will get them out of here. I will break them. Pat Sabatini, I do think, is on a different level, and he is one of my dark horses to be a title challenger, contender in the featherweight division. Now, with that hindsight, with that revision, are we seeing it the same way? Because I just want to make sure that, like, Lucas Almeida, he's a fantastic fighter, but in this fight, he did not show that.
No, I'm with you, Derek. Yeah, he did not show that. Came into it with all the hope, but Pat Sabatini, like I said, put on a performance that was just too much for Lucas Almeida to handle one way or the other. And when you call it out, Derek, we're both black belt. He's black belt. I'm black belt. Let's get to it. Pat Sabatini had the best of the showing right there.
That's right. Fantastic performance by the Philadelphia native. Paul Felder was excited too. He's like, I get to interview my boy Pat Sabatini right here. But yeah, man, 6 minutes and 27 seconds of control time, 2 of 3 takedowns, and that's all he needed to get the win.